Okay everyone, welcome back to another video on Gran Turismo 7. I'm back with a track guide for the new time trial that has arrived on Gran Turismo 7. So for this time trial, you will be driving the Super Formula cars around Fuji on racing medium tyres. Now, this combination, I think, if you put the effort in and follow this guide, should enable you to get very close, or if not, get the 2 million credits that you get. So this lap took me about 20 minutes to do. We did it live on stream, and I want to go through some tips to help you out. So if you do enjoy these videos, if it helps you out, hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comment section if it's helped you out, and let me know the lap time you got, because I reckon you're going to need a 21.3 to 4, maybe a 21.5 to get that gold and that 2 million credits. So let's get on with this track guide and help you out and see if we can make you 2 million credits richer in game. Now, unfortunately for this guide, my 1 minute 20.0 didn't record on the PS5. So this lap is a 20.3, but it should be enough information to help you out. And I'm going to show you a chase camera from the 20 flat lap that we did that will be able to hopefully show you where I gained a little bit of an advantage. So going into turn 1, first brake reference you're going to be looking for is a 100 board on the left hand side. It's there right on your left there, and you're going to brake pretty much dead on that. Now, if you watch this, we brake almost dead on it, maybe a fraction past it as we're going past that 100 board, and that's pretty much as late as you want to brake. Any later and you've got to be careful you're not going to run too far wide. Now for this turn 1, you want to be getting a wide angle in and really getting on the throttle early. So you're taking a wide line, turning in into the apex. You want to get the right hand side to almost clip the apex on the right hand side, and at that point you can see the throttle inputs starting to go in already. And this is important because you've got to get aggressive on that throttle to get the exit speed out of the corner and working your way into this next corner, which you're going to go completely flat through. You do not need to lift through this left hand corner. So as we approach it here now, you can see just before the 50 board, we're going to look for that apex, and you're going to try and get this left hand tyre turned in and clipping that bollard on the left hand side. You can see you can actually get your left hand tyre over the green Astro on the left hand side and go completely flat through this, no lifting at all. Be careful you don't run too far wide there. We run a little bit wide there, but managed to keep it on the track and stay in 5th gear all the way through here, completely flat out, holding a nice smooth line. Try not to be too erratic with your inputs because this car will start sliding if you do. And then we're going to get the car over to the right hand side and try and rotate it in. Now this is where I lost a bit of time on this lap. You can see brake just before, well, quite a bit before the 50 board. There is also a red marker on the right hand side that you can use as a reference, but I tend to use the 50 board and guide how far I am from there. Now really you want to get this car as close to the apex as possible here, but you can see on this lap I actually missed the apex bit. Now watch the difference between this lap and the last lap on chase camera where I got my 1 minute 20.0. You'll see the difference there where I gained a lot of time. But working our way now down into the next braking zone, you're going to brake well past the Dunlop board. The downforce on these cars are a little bit exaggerated on this game, and you can see we're braking very, very late, way past the Dunlop board, and we're going to go down through the gears, keeping the car to the left, and then we're going to swing it in, and you can take quite a lot of curb off this right hand side. You can see the curb on the right hand side. You can actually get over this curb quite aggressively. Use a bit of the Astro as well with your right hand tyre if you need to. It will let you get away with it. Now as we come through, we're going to get back on the throttle very early. We see we're not even off the curb and we're back on that throttle and aggressively on the throttle. You can see up to about 70%, then 100%. Little lift off the throttle, don't brake, little lift, and that's going to help rotate the car so you can go almost flat once you get on the throttle here. So you see onto the throttle, and now we're going to go flat on that throttle. Use a bit of the exit curve down the right hand side, and now we're looking for our next braking, which you can use at the start of the turquoise blue curb on the left hand side as kind of a reference. I'm going to brake a little bit fraction past that, and you can see braking inputs going in at this point. Now you want to get it into this curb on the right hand side, try and get the right hand tyre close to the curb, go down 2nd gear, then back up to 3rd gear for stability on acceleration. Right hand tyre can get up onto that curb if you can, and then on that throttle, quite aggressive, you can see full throttle, working our way into this next left hand corner, and you can see at the end of the curb, we're going to brake just past that end of that curb on the left hand side. You can see the braking input going in now, and you want to try and keep the car to the left hand side here, so you can see keep the car nice and narrow, keep it in 2nd gear, and try and get your left hand tyre to get onto this curb on the left. You can see there skimming the curb on the throttle again quite aggressively on the exit. Just be cautious you don't spin it, and then we're going to go into the final corner. You can see here braking quite early. This is one of them corners where you just got to brake early. It's not really a massive reference you can use. I just tend to do it by like my eyesight of how close we are to the apex. So brake nice and early, down to 2nd gear, let the car rotate, try and get your right hand tyre onto the curb again, almost touching the curb on the right hand side, and into 3rd gear early for stability when you're on the throttle, and then maximum attack all the way to the finishing line. You can see this lap is going to be a 1 minute 20.3, I think it is. Now, I did go faster than that, literally a lap after, but unfortunately the PlayStation 5 did not record that lap But I'm going to show you that lap now from chase camera so you can see where I gained the advantages on this lap. So let's watch this faster lap now from chase camera, and you're going to see where I pushed it a little bit more, and I'm going to try and give you some extra hints now. So into turn 1, braking pretty much just before that 100 board again. You can see this time we got on the throttle a lot more aggressively on the exit there. Use really smooth exit speed there, and then completely flat through this left-hand corner again. Now, again, we ran a little bit wide on the previous lap. Let's see what happens this time. We do a pretty similar line. However, we keep it a little bit tighter to the right-hand corner now all the way through, which maybe gains us half a tenth. And then into the braking zone, managed to rotate this lovely into the apex. You see the difference with the apex there? Left-hand tyre skimmed the apex, and that gained us a tenth and a half instantly because we could then get on the power that little bit earlier. Now into this braking zone, you can see I'm going to push the braking a little bit more than I did before. Quite late on the brakes there. And look at the difference. We're really carrying the speed. Maybe a fraction too late. We might have carried a tiny bit too much speed and lost half a tenth there. But still not too bad. Now into this right-hand corner, you can see using that curb, using the curb again, and then rotating into this left-hand curb and trying to get that left-hand tyre onto the curb. You see, using the full width of the track is so important to getting your lap time. And then this final corner, down to second, then back up to third gear before you get on the power. Very important to do that because it will make it so much smoother accelerating out the corner. And this lap was a 1 minute 20.0. So to get the gold, you need a 21.3 to 5, I reckon. I reckon 21.5 might creep in, but you're probably going to need a 20.4 to 3 to be a little bit more safe. But hopefully this can help you out. Let me know in the comments if it does. I'll be back with more of these track guides in the future, so make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button, and let me know in the comments. Bye everyone.